Welcome to the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective. My name is Kaia Ra, and it's my great honor and pleasure to be here with you this evening for Easter. And really just this whole weekend with the full moon in Libra, right after that Jupiter-Neptune conjunction this week, I believe Tuesday. And this has been an extremely potent week astrologically. We also had our Magdalene rising ceremony this Wednesday, where we got to experience the fire of the Order of Magdalene, along with the Sophia Dragons. And I just want to thank everyone who attended the Magdalene Rising ceremony live. We had such a huge turnout, and everyone stayed so present throughout the entire ceremony. It was really amazing to be that much in conscious ceremony together with so many light workers around the world. Thank you so much for showing up. And if you are just finding out about the Magdalene Rising ceremony, those are some incredibly potent higher self activations. I highly suggest getting that replay, getting those activations with Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Joan of Arc, and the Sophia Dragons. As well as if you have received a replay, this would be that astrological portal to go back and revisit the replay, because every time you re-enter that ceremonial space of the Sophia Dragon tribe, you're going to deepen in those higher self activations, as well as receive clear insight, because a lot of times when people receive the activations at first, there's a bit of I wouldn't say checking out, but there's just so much happening on every level of your being that to go back and rewatch the replay, you're able to absorb more of the information that comes along with the transmission. It's also been so amazing to connect with each of you on YouTube Live at Kaia Ra Official, where we've been meeting for the KR Daily Transmission Monday through Friday around 9 a.m. Pacific. So thanks for being just the kind of angels that I would want to be in community with. I think that Magdalene Rising ceremony took it to a whole new level for all of us, feeling how deep our angelic mission is together. And of course, that cognizant soul recognition that our individual and collective angelic mission is so intricately woven with Mary Magdalene and Jesus's mission. And, you know, this mystic Christian lineage that's featured in the Sophia Code is, in many ways, it's a continuation of some of the other lineages. I mean, both Magdalene and Jesus, and as well as Mother Mary, were trained in Buddhist teachings. They had all trained in Egypt together. So what we're witnessing is, as we see with like Isis and Hathor and Green Tara's lead into Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, and then we get to witness, you know, how White Buffalo Woman and her teachings merge with the Sophia Dragons and Kuan Yin on bringing in those heavenly activations. It's like we're bending time and space here. We're collapsing multiple lineages into that one source radiance, you know, at the very center of your heart. Like what is the point of activating your sovereign divinity? I was just being interviewed this morning about it. It's like to radiate the Christ light, which is often, you know, symbolized by the sun, like to radiate it in all of its fullness and its totality through every cell of your body, so that you're literally like a walking ball of holy fire light. This is why we're still talking about souls like Mary Magdalene and Jesus and Isis and Hathor thousands of years later. It's because they walked like the sun upon the earth. And so today, our Easter prayer, and this very powerful astrological kind of, I don't even know what to call it. April is so activating all of the alignments. It's our Easter prayer is to walk as the sun upon the earth. And we've been practicing this all month long with our Magdalene Rising teachings and our connection to these extraordinary beings as our direct mentors and guides in the spiritual journey. And if you've been feeling a lot of emotions, if you've been witnessing like very specific fears that have been outstanding for you, that have been coming up for you this weekend with this powerful full moon in Libra, It's because there's an eclipse around the corner, right before actually our event in Austin. I think I'll actually be on the plane while the eclipse is happening. And we're entering into a massive shift at the end of this month for the rest of the year. So this is the week after we've been stepping into the glory of this very spiritual portal in April. When you step that close to the light of your sovereign potential, it begins to you also become aware of that those next level layers of what wants to be released through forgiveness, through self-acceptance, through self-healing, through self-love, through, most importantly, self-recognition. A lot of our deepest wounds is because we don't necessarily know how to recognize how worthy we are. It's not something that's taught to a lot of people in this world. And so when we celebrate this story of Easter, when we come into contact with these glorious ascended masters that lived and sacrificed so much for us to be here together, still talking about Christ consciousness to this day, and learning how to navigate through Sophia Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, here in these times, in these extraordinary times of oppression and global control and narratives that would keep us from the truth of who we are. Like, we are the direct beneficiaries. This is our direct divine inheritance from these ascended masters, that we have been given the opportunity to continue the legacy that they were a part of and that their master teachers were a part of. Great movements in consciousness are going to move us whether we want them to move us or not. And it's the same concept with these astrological alignments. It's like, if you were in a boxing, if you were in a boxing match with the planet Jupiter, who you think is going to win? Jupiter's going to win. If Neptune decides to like outshout you and in a verbal battle, like, who's going to win? Neptune is going to win. And so it's the same thing with movements in consciousness. It's like, we can either go willingly or we can go kicking and screaming. We can resist the huge river, the rush of the river charging towards the mouth of the ocean, like at that delta point. We can try to fight the current, but you're going to flow into that ocean one way or another. And so what this full moon in Libra is inviting you to consider is, what if you have been deeply, truly genuine to your spiritual practice, which I know so many of you on this call are. Many of us have been walking together for honestly like years together of our spiritual journey. I know what you've shown up to. I see it. And what if you've reached that place at the edge of the cliff that you could fly into a new vista of your sovereignty? But there was one area of your life that continues to terrify you right out of jumping off the edge of that cliff when you already know you have angel wings. You've already test driven your angel wings. You know that they work. You know that your angel wings work through prayer. You know that they work through your manifestation. Then you know that they work because you found yourself here and all of these beautiful other angels that have activated their angel wings as well. You know that you are actually, truly, indeed an angel in human form. There's no way you would want to be here otherwise. It's what we're all about. And during that Magdalene Rising ceremony, our community received such a huge upgrade to the spiritual technology of our body, which allows us to deepen into our human experience, like to anchor down like that cross of Kumar, to anchor all the way down into a root and send those roots all the way into the heart of the earth so that our wings can expand even higher. When we tap into the next integration of our strength, of our radiance, of our joy, we tap into an understanding that your angelic mission, your heart's prayer, to come into alignment with the best version of your life that you want to live in this lifetime. You can feel it, you can taste it on your tongue, you can feel it in your muscles like you've never felt it before. The vision is becoming physical in real time. And as the vision becomes physical and more integrated within your human body, it starts to disrupt dissonant patterns of self-sabotage that have continued to hold you hostage to the past. The difference about this moment where you're standing at the edge of the cliff, pondering if your angel wings actually work when you can flap them behind you, is that you've never been this close to just surrendering into something that was already destined for you to receive. It's taken a lot of work to get here. And so I asked in my heart, where do we need to go tonight with the Sophia Dragon tribe, with Jesus and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene? Like, where do you possibly go after the Magdalene Rising ceremony? I mean, how do you top that? For me, that was my Easter, was with you on Wednesday. And thank God for that, because I mean, that was the kind of church I wanted to go to. Wow, that felt amazing to talk about them that way and to share about Joan as well. But so I asked, where do we need to go this evening to help us integrate that ceremony? And they shared that because of what we received on Wednesday, we're ready to open our hearts and place that, really turn over the rock of that one fear that keeps terrorizing you, maybe even feeling it dogging you all weekend, like a constant, like, broken record, just keeps creeping in. What is that fear wanting to confess to you tonight? And what I know about facing my greatest fears is that when I slow down and I call in the ascended masters, my higher self, and all the angels, those fears melt into spiritual gold. It's like I'm standing in my own dragon cauldron, like my human body becomes a dragon cauldron, and I'm supported and surrounded by that sovereign divine love of the ascended masters. And what I thought I had to transform through human effort alone miraculously shifts to the grace of our friends in high places that have nothing but compassion for what is arising during this collective upheaval, the global upheaval, the collective kind of exhale that's happening before everything changes again astrologically this year. And we're facing, more growth challenges that are going to be even more deeply activating. It's like, let's take the opportunity. Every planet is direct right now. You're fresh out of that Magdalene Rising ceremony. What if this could be that sacred space where we all said yes to revealing through our own consciousness what we're willing to lay down, so that we can really take up the mantle of what we deserve? We're going to go into a really channeled space, y'all. So put on your astral travel seatbelts, get comfortable in your human body spaceship, that Merkaba field that you can captain from the very center of your heart chakra, where we open up the stargate to really connect with all of the cosmic forces that wish you well, all of the angelic orders that wish you well. And yeah, let's open up this space to really receive tonight. It's Easter. Let's let go. Let's practice what it feels like to step into that divine feminine magnetic space from which the divine masculine can guide and focus us upon releasing exactly what needs to be released this evening together as a community. So the first thing we do is we always invoke the presence of whatever you call God, and all names of God are welcome here. We like to call God Sophia. It's a real friendly, easy name to invoke that beautiful radiant light of divine feminine consciousness, as well as the primordial womb space that gives birth to all creation, creator, creatrix, divine mother, divine father of all that is, birther of all life, source of our sovereign divinity. We call into you on this holy day, on this auspicious weekend, in this very auspicious week. And we recognize your divine orchestrations of grace in the stars in the sky and in our hearts here on the earth below. As above, so below, Divine Mother, Divine Father, Sophia Source of all life, we welcome you to support our human awareness, to come online and into alignment with our highest sovereign potential this evening. We open our hearts in prayer in the grace of this meditation space. We open our chakra systems, our meridians, our inner ears and our inner eyes that can see the truth of Christ consciousness, that understands how the Buddha could perceive this reality just the way he did. That same consciousness exists within each and every one of us, anchored within a divine genome that we can activate with your initiations in the Sophia Code. Divine Mother, source of all life, we call upon you to fall fresh upon us this evening, this morning, wherever you're listening in the world. I invite you to relax into 3 deep breaths, welcoming in the presence of the Divine Mother, Divine Father, that God consciousness, breathing in to that light, exhaling out that direct knowing of the primordial space within you, breathing in the very silence of heaven, breathing out the invisible bells of sovereignty ringing within every cell of your body. Breathing in, we open that 8th chakra above your head, activating that gateway of life, the fresh remembrance within your human awareness that you are actually a divine being, an unlimited sovereign soul, having a temporary experience within a human body. And although it's temporary and although it is brief, it deeply matters what you choose to embody, what you choose to focus upon in this lifetime. And so we welcome your consciousness opening, softening, deepening, and imagining a beautiful circle of empowerment, a circle of light being cast around your physical body now. This is your own consciousness casting this circle of sovereign empowerment. It may arrive with holy flames. It may be different colors. And what I invite you to visualize are 8 pillars of light that are in the 8 directions of your circle of empowerment that has now expanded anywhere between 3 to 6 feet, maybe 10 feet, depending on how dragony you're feeling tonight, outside of your human body. And just breathe into that circle, breathe into your consciousness, taking up more space within your circle of empowerment. As you breathe in, allow your mind and your heart to exhale and expand into the circle of empowerment, feeling these pillars of light becoming supercharged with the arrival of the following divine feminine Christ ascended masters who are now arriving to support you in the ceremonial Easter celebration. In the north, we welcome the holy messianic embodiment of white buffalo woman coming into with this, the aura, the sky grandmothers, welcoming you, sky grandmothers. So happy to be here with you, sky grandmothers, celebrating the prophecies of the children reborn, the ancient ancestor souls coming back within these bodies in this lifetime, welcoming the order of sky grandmothers coming in like lightning hot, holy fire and sacred waters, sky grandmothers, welcoming in the white buffalo coming in hot from the Syrian star nation. And so the white buffalo are actually charging around your circle of empowerment for 3 full circles around your circle of empowerment. I was at horseback riding yesterday and we were out with a lot of like beautiful grazing cows, and this is kind of reminding me of their joyful energy as I watch them play out in the fields. It's just the buffalo. And I just spoke to the keeper of the white buffalo this morning. So God bless you, Cynthia, and everything that you do for the planet and keeping the white buffalo safe. And so we welcome these angelic spirits of the white buffalo that are blessing you and your circle of empowerment right now. Wow, this is a very multidimensional transmission. I'm also acknowledging the presence of black elk, who is standing behind the order of sky grandmothers with the white buffalo. Game on. Okay, north is activated. In the northeast, I'm welcoming beloved, beautiful, fabulous Ascended Master Isis, who's showing up in this like black dragon scale dress. It's stunning with these like gold stripes down the side. And of course, she's wearing her beautiful queenly uraeus crown and her beautiful long black hair, and her wings are pure white with an iridescent sheen this evening. Very often I see Isis's wings, different colors, and as she steps forward, she looks particularly tall this evening, and she says she's embodying this transmission of holding your spine up, like erect, like stepping into that recognition of your royalty, stepping into that recognition of your divine inheritance as a sovereign soul, stepping into your recognition that you deserve to be seen in your divine purpose, you deserve to be seen in your leadership, and you deserve to be seen and honored by those who are choosing to be seen themselves in all of their divine love and all of their light. And that there's a co-creation of soul family that's being invoked at this time on the planet. If you want to know why you're being asked to face some of your greatest fears, it's because you're being asked to connect with soul family members that you might not have even met up until this point in your life. Right here we are in full moon in Libra. Oh my God, I have tears in my eyes. Like, wow, there are so many souls that want to reconnect in this lifetime. And what's so interesting about the pandemic of the past 2 years is like we've been feeling how much we're meant to reconnect with each other, but also navigating that global oppression, the limitation of civil freedoms to be able to travel, to reconnect, to we've been almost stumped in many ways of being able to meet one another, to co-create with one another in powerful ways that they're bigger. The reasons are bigger than just you, and you know that in your heart. It's like fulfilling our destiny. And so there's this feeling of like, oh my God, did I miss out on meeting my soul family or meeting my soul partner, or or having breakthroughs with my family or my clients? It's just like, no, what Isis is embodying in the circle of empowerment for us right now is like, it's like back straight, wings up, spine up, kundalini activated, crown open, own who you are. You were simply going through this purification fire over the past few years, preparing your heart for like a truly genuine bliss of finding your tribe, connecting to your soul family, rediscovering people you haven't seen maybe for many lifetimes, finally reuniting with them in this lifetime. Isis is saying that is real, and that's what this astrology is coming in directly from the Divine Mother herself, coordinating. It's like in ancient times, people looked at cycles of evolutionary growth in terms of like 25,000 years, 100,000 years. Like, who do you think is coordinating those cycles of growth? Source consciousness. They created everything in the cosmos. Knows exactly what it's doing when it's putting Jupiter and Neptune in conjunction, once in your lifetime. That's God consciousness on the loose. And so it's if we're willing to pay attention to the signs of the times, then we're going to be willing to say yes to what Isis and what White Buffalo and this urgent calling to accept how good it can be for you. Does that mean it's going to be good for everyone? No, it's not like that. Because if people have not been doing their inner work for the past, couple of years, or even the past couple of decades, like, you're not going to be in alignment for what's coming. But if you are earnestly, truly, genuinely walking your daily path of your higher self embodiment, as Isis mentors us in that chop wood, carry water, show up to the modern mystery school of your daily life, oh man, you deserve what's coming. It's all for you. It was already planned out. It's already your destiny. And so this astrological fire of April is purifying your body, heart, and mind of outdated perceptions of yourself. There was a point in my life, I was surviving a very serious illness, and I had a lot of inflammation in my body. And at the time, I was buying sizes of outfits that I ended up losing that weight once I healed myself of that illness. But I continued to shop for those sizes that were no longer my sizes for months, maybe even years, if I'm really going to be honest about it, because my mental perception of myself hadn't shifted along with the actual physical healing, like the emotional and mental hadn't caught up. So what Isis is sharing with you is like, this is the catch up. This is the quantum leap moment where all the aspects of how you perceive yourself come together back in a unified field as one. Like all of that inner work with your body, all of that inner work with your emotions, all of that inner work with your psychology, all of that inner work to, really embrace a genuine spiritual awakening. It all wants to coalesce into that unified field. The 0 point calibration is happening right now. Yeah. Dragon's gonna dragon. Rah! So exciting. So, okay, what's gonna happen when we invoke the rest of the key codes? I don't know, this is getting crazy. All right, so in the East, I'm welcoming in Hathor and the Hathor Star Nation. As soon as they step forward, wow, they're coming in hot with their own holy fire. My ear chakras are being blasted with them singing over us. Like the urgency that I'm feeling from each of these key codes, it's not about an urgency of like fear to save yourself from something. It's like an urgency of like, don't miss this moment. It's here. The mantra is, yes, thank you. I accept, I receive. Yes, I'm willing to lay down the old outfit. It doesn't even fit anymore. Donate it to Goodwill, or if you want to have a, super witchy ritual, go burn it in your backyard and go buy yourself something new. Like that's the kind of urgency that's here of like, don't say no to yourself. Say yes. Say yes to you, whatever that means for you. I mean, you can discover that by looking at where these astrological conjunctions are directly activating you in your birth chart. But you don't even need to do that. Before I ever learned about astrology, there was like an intuitive way I was living my life that was totally informed beyond my understanding by what was happening in the sky. And so and that's what Hathor wants as she's singing to us, as she's invoking you to feel the joy of her call to action. It's like, she's got you, we've got you. You can look at this terrifying fear that's really not even as scary as you think it is. But it sure feels that way because it's reminding you of another time. But remember, this April is a 0 point calibration, so you can walk through that eclipse season. And for me, eclipses are always stargates of total transformation. I know that if anyone is still in my life after an eclipse season, they are meant to be there. No doubt about it, whether I like them or not, whether I'm comfortable with them being there or not. And if they're not there, I don't even question it at all. At all. That's a stargate. That's when you jump from one timeline to another. It's like one chapter is completely done, and that's coming in May. In fact, the first one's happening on our way to Austin for Sovereign Spiritual Leadership. Are you kidding me? So this energy of leadership is really up for us on every level of our being. And leadership isn't just about standing behind a mic, which is awesome if you want to do that, or being on camera, which is awesome if you want to do that. It's about leading in your life by saying yes to everything that you are worthy of receiving. It's by choosing to boldly live in the radiance of who you are and allowing the resonance of your radiance to start rebuilding your reality around you, and being willing to accept it and receive it and say, yeah, I'm worth that. Yes, it's okay for me to feel that good. Yes, it feels that good to be in alignment with that kind of professional support. Didn't know I could be mirrored like that. Didn't know I could be loved like that. Because a big part of this conjunction and this entire month that we're navigating is about your heart with others' hearts. Parenting, partnership, co-working, co-creation. Even how you relate to other parts of yourself that can feel like other people that live inside of you. And some of our greatest fears are about what happens when we become our most sovereign selves with others. It's really powerful what these ascended masters are invoking us to recognize this evening. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. Let's keep going. In the Southeast, I'm welcoming in Green Tara, Maha mentor, to turn over any rock and look at what's squirming underneath that rock in your unconscious. Welcoming in the emerald radiance of Green Tara. I'm just going to chant her mantra 7 times because I'm feeling so moved by the spirit. I'm feeling so deeply touched by her radiance. Om Tare Tutare Tore Soha. 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 Man, those Sanskrit syllables, they have saved my life so many times. Ooh. Talk about a mantra that can move your body, heart, and mind from slavery to sovereignty. That's the one, baby. Only followed up by Om Mani Padme Hum for having a whole lot of compassion for yourself in that journey from slavery to sovereignty. Can I get an amen? All right, Green Tara showing up hot here in the Southeast. Wow, she's looking glorious tonight. She is bedecked in all the bejeweled splendor that she likes to show up with, and when she is activating us at this level. And of course, Green Tara is she of 1,000 stars. So if there's someone we're going to mentor with in getting our stars aligned with this astrologically hot month, I welcome in her holy presence along with the entire order of Dakinis and the 21 emanations of Tara, which I have so much reverence and respect for. And I just want to also welcome that very deep presence of Vajra Yogini and Haidagriva, just so many different wrathful deities showing up in protection of this transmission, protection of the Dharma within you, that diamond vehicle of awakening that is happening here and now within you. And in the South, I welcome in beautiful Mother Mary, which I cannot wait to connect with Mother Mary in Lourdes, France. I'm going to take a pilgrimage there when I'm in France. And we're going to be in France in June. So if you hadn't heard the good news, we're going to be releasing an announcement very soon about how you can sign up for that evening in hopefully Paris. We're still waiting on a confirmation. So feel free to join our wait list on my website for that. But man, I've just been like feeling how intense that Marian transmission is for this time, for this lifetime. Mother Mary, your grace is all I see in moments like this. Because like you embody that divine mother consciousness that orchestrates the sun, moon, and stars for our highest divine inheritance, not only to be recognized by our by our our awareness, but to be accepted. Because honestly, anyone accepting that level of goodness in their life, it's a miracle, and you know that. You know how much self-love, how much self-forgiveness, how much self-acceptance is required to accept the glory of our divine inheritance. I know that you know it because you walked this earth in full acceptance of your own. And I bless your holy name, and I thank you for your holy, holy embodiment that brought your son Jesus into this world. I will forever honor every tear that you shed, both in love and grief and exaltation, for all that your family gave birth to on this planet. Bless your name forever, Mother Mary. Thank you for all the ways that you're showing up in this moment in each of our circles of empowerment, and for our collective circle of empowerment, blessing the sanctuary with your almighty presence. In the Southwest, we welcome Mary Magdalene and Ascended Master Jesus. And I mean, that word ascended, meaning like the full ascension from this world of form. That's what happened for this extraordinary man who was perfectly balanced in his divine masculine with his divine feminine Christ consciousness. And same with Mary Magdalene. They were such exceptional, harmonious embodiments of these principles of God consciousness as they expressed their choice of gender in this world, and their partnership as teachers, and deeply devoted to one another's hearts and in their ministry, and just welcoming them into this space with so much gratitude in my heart for you. And they're arriving with this beautiful blue sapphire flame. It's huge. And they're already beginning to send that sapphire blue flame directly into the center of your heart. I'm also witnessing Joan of Arc arriving behind them, along with the entire order of Magdalena. And I loved reading everyone's feedback about how they felt much closer to Joan after this week's ceremony. And I have to say, she's got a big smile on her face because she's got nothing but love for you, my friends. She's here to protect you, here to support you and mentor and guide you on how to embody your own divine feminine and divine masculine Christ consciousness, to step into the fullness of your sovereign potential. That is the full expression of sovereign divinity. It's when all the divine virtues are being expressed harmoniously as one. And in the West, I welcome Kuan Yin and Mahavatar Babaji. And I feel Kuan Yin coming in with a strong wind. And upon that wind, I'm feeling like this spray of ocean water and river water. And I'm witnessing this glorious Sophia Dragon that she's riding upon as she anchors here in the West. And alongside her arrival also comes the entire order of Seraphim, the Sophia Dragons in the Northwest. And we get to experience their incredible higher self activations in the Magdalene Rising ceremony, that exceptional download. And they're asking you to check into your golden dragon light body, as well as that upgrade of those white dragon scales that are now interfacing with your golden dragon light body. How has it shifted and transformed how you are physically walking in this world over this past week? Feel free from the very center of your circle to share from your heart to the Sophia Dragons, these beautiful holy seraphim. Feel free to share any reflections with them, or gratitude, or questions. Breathing into the center of your sovereign empowerment. Breathing into the holy temple of your human body. Valuing your body, this precious, precious human body. Each organ is actually considered a temple in Chinese medicine, a house for your Holy Spirit. Your very blood is the highways of consciousness within you, along with your meridians. Every chakra is a temple space for your higher self to anchor within your human body. Your very breath of life is what connects you to God consciousness in this life unto the next and to all of your past lives. The very DNA and all the electrons orbiting in your physical form. These are holy vehicles of God consciousness. And in this moment, I welcome you to expand into that light, into that miracle in motion that you are, through every cell of your body, and to fill out your circle of empowerment with the glory of your soul. Feel this beautiful waterfall of light descending through your awareness. It's already doing it. Become more conscious of it, that this flowing current of your unlimited soul's light is flowing through your crown chakra, flowing through your third eye, flowing down the back of your head, lighting up your throat chakra, rolling down your shoulders, giving this epic bird bath to your angel wings. And your wings are flung open, the back of your heart's drinking the light of your soul, this beautiful waterfall of light just flowing down into your solar plexus. Maybe you just feel like you need to breathe and stretch in that lower part of your body where those earth chakras are, just drinking in the waterfall of sovereign divine light that is your soul, rushing through into your sacral chakra, flooding your root chakra, rolling down your legs, and always flowing as a column of light, a waterfall of light directly to the heart of the earth. because your physical body is a co-creation between the physicality of the consciousness of the earth and the consciousness of source, your higher self, its own dragon consciousness manifesting your human body into this world. And from that almighty perspective of how unlimited you are and how connected to you are, to everything that wishes you well, feel how good your sovereignty feels this evening. Feel how connected you are within this circle of empowerment. Isn't this amazing? How many friends in high places you have? This is why I've been invoking this circle of empowerment literally for years. Once they showed me this blueprint, I realized how easy it would be to teach others how to begin the journey of embodying Sophia Christ consciousness for themselves. If you surround yourself in the resonance of sovereignty, the only thing that will happen over time, not overnight, over time, is that you will flush everything out of your life that is not sovereign. Anything that is of sabotage, unforgiveness, addiction, unkindness, miserliness, terror, trauma, ancestral fears. It's all going to get flushed out. Really bad relationships, toxic codependency. Over time, you begin to shine in your sovereign divine light with these masters circling you, protecting you, guiding you, mentoring you to keep going and expanding. It's not just about raising the bar, which automatically happens as you embody Sophia Christ consciousness, which, by the way, you can point to Christ consciousness. You can talk about Buddha consciousness for days, years of your life. You can read every book about it, but until you directly engage with it, it's all gonging, it's all clanging gongs. It's just words. And that's why when the Sophia Dragon tribe contacted me and asked me to channel the Sophia Code and showed me these channeling techniques, showed me how they wanted to mentor me every day, I was like, oh my God, after surviving so many years of feeling like, you know, a tissue in the wind, just like constantly spiritually attacked, constantly demonically attacked, to go from that to the wholeness of the sovereignty that I live in today, oh my God, it speaks for itself. But most importantly, it's the peace that I feel even in my most challenging moments. It's the wholeness that I feel even as I'm still healing what may feel broken or scary. Christ consciousness is the divine knowing that all is divinely guided, orchestrated, inherited for your greatest glory in this lifetime, for your greatest experience of constant and ever-present divine love to be self-realized and embodied in every way. Like when you surround yourself with these ascended masters, it's go time. You have the courage to do things you didn't know you could do. You have the faith to stay steadfast and perseverant, even when you don't like the feelings you have to feel along the way. Christ consciousness is attuning to source consciousness, which means that you are attuning to creatorhood, and every attachment to victimhood must fall away. And it's only when we become overly attached and defend our attachments to victimhood, our attachments to lack, our attachments to all the reasons why we don't deserve the very best that life has to offer. It's when we defend our attachments to suffer that we feel crazy, crazy town. It's just because the greater part of us knows it's completely unnecessary to punish ourselves for our divinity. This is why Jesus willingly walked as a Christed being to the cross. He was making a public global demonstration, as I shared in the Magdalene Rising ceremony, of what humanity was addicted to doing to itself. Humanity has been addicted to enslaving itself and punishing itself and abdicating its sovereign creatorhood onto some weird God in the sky that just wants to keep punishing them. No more. No more when we walk in the truth and the light of our sovereign divinity. We ascend from the matrix programming of this world. And that's what you and I are doing. They are building you up, right? It's like everyone's standing at the cliff with you, being like, you've got this. It's time to jump off the cliff, baby bird. Spread your wings and fly. I mean, it's like that. You know, they're like, but they can't actually move your wings for you. They can't practice flying for you because, you know, it's you. You got to show yourself that you can fly as the master this year. This is why we named this year the Year of the Dragons. And the Year of the Dragons is all about like, we've got to fly this year. It's game on. It's game time. Dragons got a dragon. That means if you're gonna be dragony in your dragonhood, like, you can't be anything other than that. Have you ever seen a dragon try to pretend it's not a dragon? It is ridiculous. I'm gonna be a dragon and pretend to be a bunny. Okay, dragon with funny bunny ears on. I'm going to be a dragon and pretend to be a little sheep. Oh, okay, little sheep. That's cute. It's ridiculous. Dragon's got a dragon. This is why the Sophia Dragons guided me to do Sovereign Soul events this year, because they were just like, get them in the room with us and watch what happens. It's like, all right, game on. Dragon's got a dragon. Let's go. And so here we stand at this cliff with our beautiful Ascended Master friends, and they're asking you after all of this like huge, like genuine outpouring of their love for you, their admiration, their honor for you. What is that one nagging, terrifying fear that has kept you from literally leaping off that cliff and flying towards what you deserve to receive this year? And I mean, like, I'm not asking you to look at like what bothers you, what makes you a little anxious. I'm asking you to go deep. I need you to go deep here, because we've only got like 2 weeks in this portal where it's going to be really easy for you to tackle this terror in a way you've never done it before. And we're doing it right here, right now, because I'm doing it too with you. Like, I know what mine is. I know it. I've been like, I've been so present with it. It's the very center of my heart. And what I've discovered is like, it's a mixture of like pure excitement about what's coming and total terror, because I can't control how good it's going to be. I can't control when it happens. I can't control how it happens or why it happens. I just know it already happened. Do you get it? Do you feel me? So I invite you to visualize as you're standing on this cliff of glory and all of your angelic glory, surrounded by all of these angelic orders that are singing to you and praising you, white buffalo literally stomping around you, inviting you into your greatness this month in April, in your divine purpose, in your leaderships, and in any area of your life that has been out of balance. What is that fear? I invite you to visualize that you are sticking your hand right into the center of your heart, that your hand can literally pierce right through your skin, through your sternum, right into the center of your heart chakra. And I invite you to pull that freaking terrifying fear out of the center of your heart so you can hold it in your hands and stare at it with your own 2 eyes in your hands. It might be gooey, it might be black, it might be sticky, it might have like weird worm things around it, it might be decaying, it might smell bad. I don't care. Hold it in your hands. They don't care. They want to see you pull it out of your heart because it doesn't belong in your heart anymore. if it was a genuine, outstanding, terrifying fear that was keeping you genuinely safe from some, abusive reality, it wouldn't be possible to pull it out, because that's something different. That's called discernment. And discernment is available 24 hours a day without it being hyper-vigilant terror. So pull it out of your heart and discover, as you hold it in all of its smelly, wretched, shaming glory, that it's not you. It never was you. It never was you. It might have been experiences, programming, belief systems. May have been horrible things that happened to you, but it's not you. And it has served you well. There's something it has taught you. It is something it has kept you from receiving that's really important for you to receive now. So how did it perfectly keep you in divine timing for this moment, for this portal, this astrological alignment that's never going to happen again, ever in your lifetime, unless you live like, I don't even know how many years, a lot. More than a normal average lifetime, that's for sure. So what is it? What did it help hold you back from? Are you afraid of being fully loved? Are you afraid of being fully seen? Are you afraid of receiving at a level that you've never received before? Are you afraid of meeting specific soul family members that are going to rock your world? They're going to completely change your perspective about what life can actually co-create with you through your sovereignty. Whatever it is, feel how that terror and that fear is literally being pulled out of the center of your heart and held in your hands. Stay focused on what you're holding in your hands. Now, Jesus is walking up to you because this is his day. That's really all of their day, right? But he's walking up to you and he's asking for you to share with him how this pain and this wounding has helped you feel safe up to this point in your life. How has it served you? Share with him. And as you do, he has his hands open and he's asking you to place this like seriously intense, gross crap into his hands. And he's got a big old smile on his face. Like you're giving him a Christmas present. Because it's just not going to impact him in any way other than joy, to support you and your higher self in the complete clearing of this nonsense, of this ongoing terror or pain that no longer serves you. And you're going to feel this energy, maybe even cords being cut from the center of your heart, like these really deep psychic extractions that Jesus and now Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary are joining as a trinity around you, because that's just the kind of beings they are. That's how much they love you. And if you let in that love and allow for them to support you in the extraction of whatever karmic debris, trauma, terrorizing fears that are keeping you from saying yes to this alignment of this month, fully blessing you in unexpected and miraculous ways, this is that moment to receive their profound healings of grace. They're divine interventions of grace. This is what's called a divine intervention of grace. And I'm seeing a lot of people releasing in this moment, and Jesus and Mary Magdalene are in front of you. They are creating like both of their hands, like what's being extracted is being extracted from Jesus's hands. And Mary Magdalene is sending you this ruby red life force, energetic activation, like healing activation directly into your heart, as Mother Mary is cooling and soothing you from along the back of your heart chakra. And I'm seeing her embracing many of you. If you want Mother Mary to hug, like put her arm around you, like a hug, please feel free to receive that as Magdalene and Jesus do the psychic surgery on you. I'm feeling things being pulled out of my heart, like left and right. I'm so excited. Just like, yeah, let's do this. And notice any voices that arise from your heart or in your consciousness from different parts of your inner child or your inner teenager that have, or maybe a voice of yourself from another lifetime that may be feeling relief or sadness as this extraction is occurring. Maybe there's a message for you about what it feels like for them to let go of using this fear to control yourself, to sabotage yourself, to hold yourself back from all of your full potential. You know, just visualize this child or this inner teenager, like just put your arms around them. It's like, baby, I got you. I love you. We're about to jump off this cliff and fly with the angels, fly in this world in a way that's going to blow people's minds. I got you. And just feel how reassured they are by that. They come in a little bit closer, like, oh, all right, cool. We're doing this. Finally, I'm welcoming in the presence of the Sophia Dragons. They're saying this is, ooh, wow. Ooh, 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 whoa. Okay, so there's a Sophia Dragon, and they're positioning themselves right above your 8th crown chakra, but they are making like, their body isn't spiral. They're making a straight line of their body with their face like smiling, pointed right down at the crown, at the top of your crown chakra. And if you look up, you'll see their eyes, their bejeweled eyes, like smiling at you, radiant, like their joy, that seraphim joy, just singing the songs of Sophia. And there's this really powerful fire transmission. I mean, we're in that Aries season, that just like holy fire that's running from your 8th chakra all the way down through your crown, the center of your being, all the way into your root chakra, integrating. And what I'm hearing is feeling in the light and fire of your own Holy Spirit, higher self. It is commanded that this extraction be cleared completely and fully dissolved into the 7th plane, as directed by your higher self and as born witness by the Ascended Masters and all Christed beings. We declare that this fear is completely, this outdated programming, any viral fears, any entity extractions, any alien, anything that is a part of this terror that is being cleared in this portal, we proclaim as a community of the I Am presence. It is done. It is done. It is done by the power of 3, a perfect Trinity. It is done. And so it is. And as we receive the declaration that it is done, there is an outpouring of crystalline Shekinah light transmission coming from the Sophia Dragon, forcing down the very center column of your body, flooding you with a recognition of your crystalline divinity that's filling in the spaces and places within your heart that has just been extracted from. Because we always fill up with the presence of divinity, that which is being cleared out and extracted, that is no longer serving your human experience. And so we fill those places and spaces within you with the reassurance of your own Holy Spirit, with the sacred flame of your own higher self, with the glory of and the radiance of your own Christ consciousness, filling out those spaces and places within you that are ready to shine here and now and forever. We affirm that that which has been released is now fully transfigured in the light of this day dedicated to Christ consciousness. And we give thanks to every Ascended Master and all of the angelic orders that are forever and always willing to divinely intervene when we say yes to our own hearts first. And so with all the love in my heart and all the overwhelming gratitude in my heart for this day and what it represents and the true story of the Order of Magdalene, I say thank you to the Sophia Dragon tribe, to Jesus, to Mary Magdalene, to Mother Mary, to all of our Ascended Master Key Code mentors and guides. And I want to thank your heart for being willing to receive at this level today, in this particular month, to choose with all of the fire in your heart, your divine inheritance. It's such an honor to be any part of your spiritual journey. Thanks for being here with us every month, being a part of this ministry, sharing these teachings and these activations with those who you know would love to receive this kind of spiritual healing, who would love to mentor the Ascended Masters. Thank you so much for, if you're listening to this on the replay, liking this video, subscribing to our channel on YouTube. Every time you comment and share your feedback on these replays, it profoundly helps others to feel safe enough to explore that this much ascension material is available to them on YouTube at Kaia Ra Official and in our Modern Mystery School with our curriculums. Thank you again so much, everyone, for joining us live. If you didn't catch that Magdalene ceremony replay, be sure to check your inbox, and you can always purchase the replay on my website. And for those of you ready to get on that next dragon ride, we'll be in Austin for our next Sovereign Soul event from May 2nd to the 4th with a Fire Dragon Prosperity Ceremony that's optional on the 5th. And I'm so looking forward to the Dragon Fire teachings of Austin, getting to be with each and every one of you live. I'm going to bring my cowgirl hat. I hope you do too. And maybe even some cowgirl boots. That'd be fun. Get all dressed up together and celebrate the radical goodness of what we're up to here, and that we're here to professionally thrive in our divine purpose. The world needs us as leaders more than ever, more than ever. Your genuine divine purpose, your genuine spiritual leadership, oh my God, it's so game on. Thanks for taking another step forward boldly and bravely with all of your human feelings about it into your sovereign empowerment this evening as a part of the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful, blessed day or evening wherever you are in the world. Happy Easter, everyone. Namaste.